Thank you for calling Appliance King. This is Luann.
Hi, are you the manager for Boynton Beach location?
Yes.
Yes, hi. This is Ms Legrasso. I left a message with Pete earlier.
Okay.
Did you receive that message?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so do you have anybody that can explain what happened today?
Yes, I do. And if you would hold on for me one moment, I will get somebody for you. Okay?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you for holding. Is this Ms. Legrasso?
Yes. Hi.
I'm David. I'm the owner of the company. How can I help?
Yes, I'm sure you've already received the message as to what happened today when one of your technicians came out to the house.
I did.
Yeah. So I wanted to know
Let's hear what's going on. Hear it in your voice.
Excuse me?
From your point of view, what's going on? What happened?
From my point of view,
You gave me the message. I'm just trying to get a little more clarity from you.
Well, my husband had called. He spoke with someone in your office to schedule an appointment to have someone come out because our dishwasher was falling out of its area or wherever it's supposed to be affixed there. Okay. We have pre-drilled holes, but apparently the screws came out. It's a Bosch, and we have two dishwashers. So the one that wasn't allowing us to open it all the way because it would fall forward was missing two screws. So you had somebody come out. My husband explained this to them, and they scheduled someone to come out today. And he came out, and first he was being problematic because he did not want to wear shoe covers. And that's what we require in my house. We have allergies, and we don't wear shoes in the house. And that was never a problem with anyone else. As a matter of fact, I even have a sign outside, and we had plenty of technicians from different companies come in, and they either wear shoe covers or remove their shoes. They're whatever is more comfortable for them, but we've never had any issues. So he was being problematic from that standpoint, and he went to the car and he made some phone calls, whatever. I was on my way because my daughter was home, and she had called me and said, technician is here, but he's not coming in because he doesn't want to take off his shoes or wear shoe covers. So I had to leave our appointment and come straight home and handle the situation. So he comes, and I tell him about the things, and then I guess whoever he spoke to said you should wear the shoe covers, and so he was compliant with that all of a sudden. He came in and he took one look at the dishwasher and said, "Oh, there are no screws here." I said, "Yeah." He said, "No, there are no holes here." He said, "I'm not a carpenter. I don't do this."
Okay.
And I said, "You don't have a screwdriver? You don't have screws and nails in your backpack to just do this?" I said, "Look at the other dishwasher. All that's missing is these two screws." He said, "I'm not a carpenter." So I told him, "Then leave. What else would I want him to do except to do what we called him to do? I don't understand why that would be a problem." I called different locations, different places that do appliances, and they all are able to service this issue. My husband called and made this appointment. He's the one that made the request to whomever answered your phone. It was very loud and clear what we needed. Had it not been a service that you provide, because it does say on your website and everywhere else that you do service used, you service everything, blah, blah, blah. If that was something that you didn't do, then we're okay with that. If you said, you know what, if it's falling out because it's probably not screwed in, it's not something that we do, you probably have to get a handyman for it, it's not a repair that is within the mechanics up inside of the machine or anything that has to do with the functioning of a machine per se, then that's fine. But you're an appliance company, and we buy things from you. And if something happens with that appliance, we like to know that we can go to an appliance company such as yours and have all-around service.
Sure.
And this didn't happen. And you are a family-owned company with locations in Boynton and Boca. So you service this entire area. I can't even imagine that your customers are now being treated in this way if they have other minor issues, such as maybe the light goes out in the refrigerator or a hinge is loose. Do you just send somebody over and say, I'm not a carpenter? Why would you send someone, or why would anybody working for your company do that in someone's home, insult their intelligence, waste their time, let alone leave them with a dishwasher that he could have just easily put in a screw?
Sure.
Just to even temporarily fix it. And I took a video, and if you'd like that video, I can send it to you, because I took a video of it. Yeah.
No, I saw it.
So, okay. So now you understand completely why I'm upset? Because if you have any reason to pretend that you didn't, do you have any reason to pretend that you didn't see that video? I mean, I would have expected you to say, you know what, I saw the video, Mrs. Legrasso, I'm so sorry. I mean, we bought things from you.
No, I didn't
We're
pretend
customers.
not to see the video. As soon as you mentioned the video, I told you I saw the video.
Right, but from my point of view, I mean, obviously, if this is how you run your business, I'm happy to share that video and just leave it public there to let people know this is what homeowners, and this is the kind of service or lack of service that we're getting from family-owned local companies, from a company that's down the block from me, from a company that that's within our area code here, right? Not a big, huge company that has customer service reps and you're going from one person to the next and they don't have a relationship with their clients. It's a family-owned local company, and this is how you treat your customers?
You don't have to tell me any of that. Believe me, I know what my company is and who we are. Let me address some of your concerns, okay?
It doesn't need to be addressed because I don't even like your tone. I'm just letting you know I'm glad you saw the video. The incompetence is horrifying to me. And even the manner in which you're speaking to me is horrifying.
I literally let you talk the whole time, so
and I should be talking.
You're off
base.
I
should be talking because you know why? You have no reason at all for this kind of service except for incompetence, and that's why you're not talking.
I mean, I was giving you a chance to say what's on your mind, and I was gonna address it, and that's what you just said.
You should have called me. Why do I have to call you back? You should have called me. Your business practice is not acceptable. It's already 4:00, and you should have called me. You should have called me immediately and said, you know what, Mrs. Legrasso, I have somebody that can come out to fix it, or you know what, I'm so sorry, we don't do that, ma'am.
Ms. Legrasso, you asked for the owner of the company, and I've got a lot of stuff going on. You are going to get a call by the end of the day, and that's if you don't allow me that, I can't help you.
Well, how are you helping me now?
Well, I wanted to address the issues, but it seems like you don't want to do that.
How is it? How are you going to address the issue?
Would you like me to?
I'm waiting.
Okay. So a couple things regarding the shoe covers. Our technicians are not allowed to wear any sort of covering on their shoes, and they're not allowed to go in barefoot or with socks. Let me explain why. We had an incident with a technician that fell. This has been about 15 years, and fell because of the fact that they were wearing shoe covers which didn't have grips on them. And the same thing with socks. We have been explicitly told by our insurance company that we are not allowed to wear anything between the soles of our shoes and the ground floor. So if he made an exception against our rule to make you happy, then it's not something that we sanction, but I'm happy that he did it to satisfy you. regarding the screws, this is a marble countertop. It's not something that you can just put screws into. You need a special equipment or whatever you want to call it. There's special anchors that need to go in there, and I'm not even familiar with those anchors. It's not something that we do. We don't deal with any countertop installations, with the exception of they do make an adapter that can go across the top and down to the side of your cabinets. That's, again, not something we do commonly, but it was going to be something that I was going to suggest that our installer could come out and do that. He has done several of them, but it's not something that a technician usually faces. So the calling the technician incompetent or anything else, he's been doing it for 30 years. The way that I listened to the recording earlier of your conversation with Steve, and the way you addressed him was completely off base.
How
I
did I
understand
address
you're upset.
Steve?
I can
What do
send
you
you the
mean off
recording.
base?
I can send you the
I don't need
recording.
recordings. That's fine. Of
Okay.
course I was off. Of course I was nasty and mean to him because
You shouldn't be nasty and mean to anyone. You were
what do
nasty
you
and mean to the
expect?
technician too.
Okay. So what do you expect now? What do you want me to do now? Say apologize because your technicians come here and waste my time and already give me a problem when my husband called you or your company, whoever answers the phone there, told them exactly the story. It's your fault that you didn't send somebody out that was competent to do the job, not ours.
We are always willing.
Don't you know what that means when there is a washing machine that when you open the door and it falls out of its place, you know what that means, right? You're in the business.
We are always willing to send another technician or installer out once it's
How many people do you think you need to send out for this one job?
As many as it takes to get it right and stand by what we do for our customers.
That's where the problem lies, because we don't have the time to be wasting to have people come out when we're telling you what the problem is and you're sending the wrong people out here.
We didn't send the wrong person. We just had to get clarification
on what was wrong. Well, you said he was a technician and he wasn't an installer.
And our technicians take care of many install issues.
That's what I'm saying. So he just didn't want to do it, and that's what it is.
No, that's not correct.
He didn't want to do it, and he did not want to do it. Well, I fixed it. What do you have to say about that?
I'm proud of you.
So then obviously it was something that could have been fixed. Or at least he could have done something to make sure that it wasn't going to fall down and say, you know what, then we have to come back and then repair it.
Here's the problem.
But
we're only going to do proper repairs. If I temporarily repaired that, or my technician temporarily repaired that, and that dishwasher fell down on you, who do you think is liable? So that's not something we can do.
That is not true at all, and that's not a liability on you at all.
Of course it is.
First of all, because
it is. A customer gets hurt after we do a repair, of course that's my liability.
Okay, well that's good to know, because then next time when you come into my house and you don't do anything to it and it's still not working properly, then we can blame you, and that's exactly why I called you, because I'm blaming you for the lack of service. There will not be a next time, so
you don't have to worry about that.
Excuse me?
I said there will be no time that we're going to be back in your house, because that's not going to happen at this point.
Oh,
so we don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
I mean, you just told us that you're going to complain or sue us or whatever you said. I mean,
sue. Why would I sue you? I don't need your money. I needed you to come and fix a.
No, I know. You said you were in a $3 million house. Yeah, you said you were in a $3 million house. No,
That's
I know.
I know
you don't need my money.
$3 million house. We have equipment here. We bought a washer and dryer from you, which, by the way, was installed incorrectly. Okay, which that was another problem which I dealt with, and I knew from the start that your company wasn't good enough. So my husband called you again because we thought, okay, well, we did one good thing. You have one good installer there. One of the guys, the youngest guy there, he's the only good one there. I'm surprised he's our only
installer
anymore.
Actually.
He's the only one that's good. Every
that's our
person
only installer.
That
means our whole installation team is good.
Nothing. Terrible. He's the only one that we had a good experience with. Anyone else that you sent to this house were terrible. And we had a bad experience.
That's been your experience, but we've been around since 1946, and we've got incredible reviews that say otherwise.
Well, not this one. After I called several companies, they've said the same thing about your company, that a lot of your customers end up going to them because you can't install things properly. So I'm just letting you know that I have that video up because that's information from you. You didn't handle it properly. Now I can write my review and complete it because after speaking with you, I can see why the company is the way that it is. And it's sad because this is a local company that is doing business and this is how you treat customers. It's absolutely disgusting. That's what I have to say about that. You should have more integrity. You should have more integrity and you should have more really, the fact that you didn't even call me back and you were listening into the conversation while I was speaking to your representative or sales guy that was on the phone.
2 hours?
That's very disturbing. The fact that you sat there and listened to the entire phone call.
No, I didn't. I listened to the recording afterwards.
De-escalate. Not even to de-escalate. You said you heard the entire phone call. You were there.
I listened to the recording. No, I listened to the recording of the call.
And that you didn't de-escalate or call back right away and say, we need to call her back right away. Oh, she sent me a video. We need to take care of this. The fact that I needed
on my list to call you back, and it would have happened at the end of by the end of the day.
Well, obviously, it wasn't that disturbing to you because it would be disturbing to me, and that's why I called you.
So here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. I see your review.
I don't need to listen to what you need to do.
I will comment your review, and I will post these recordings to your review so people can hear.
You can't post my recordings without my permission.
Of course, we asked for your permission when you first called in.
You will hear from my lawyer.
Good.
No, I didn't. You will hear from my lawyer because that was not, and you know what? As a matter of fact, be my guest. Put it out there so they know what an asshole you are. Put it out there so they know what kind of shit business you have with all your overweight people that look like all they do is sit on their ass, okay? Because that's what you do is sit on your fucking ass all day. So do whatever you want to do. Post whatever you want to post. Be my guest. Because I am happy to show them what kind of shit you do, okay? And I'm happy to start videotaping the installation that you did for my washer and dryer that I had to call because your dumb installer didn't even put the door right, okay? And that's documented too. So,
you just said our installer
good luck to you. Good luck to you, fatso, Weight Watchers. Go back to your fucking big cave.